ones that are going fast, I'm telling them to slow down. Okay, a couple of mid-high 1700s should be an even match. So most likely D4. Yep. So black wants to play Stonewall style. Except he doesn't have his E6 pawn anymore. I see someone sending me a message who's watching. I'm going to check it here. Maybe I'm not broadcasting.
Hey, good morning, Bill. I'm thinking of playing the...
Let's see.
Hi, Bill. Apparently you've been too busy to respond to my messages today. I don't want to put out that flyer until you take a look at it and approve of it. If you'll contact me
1 second.
Before game time in Arcadia, or before I leave at 5:30,
1 second.
I could get that thing on the road tonight. Also, I wanted to ask you a question about the King's Indian attack variation that you were teaching long ago as to how to handle the Queen Bishop.
Okay, just briefly, I don't want to put a flyer out. I have a lot of reasons for it. If you know somebody and you talk to them, just show them my card, okay? I'll explain it all later. I got to get back to broadcasting. Okay, sorry about that. It was kind of an important message. Okay, so let's see both sides castle and show their stuff. There you go, look at that, huh? So what should white do? Well, this nice little misplaced, let's put him here. Redeploy him and he'll keep some pressure on E5. Okay, I'm not listening to your... I can't take your message right now. Okay, hang on. Alright, let's see. So, both sides are getting their minors out. This bishop doesn't have a very good future, at least for right now. Its counterpart isn't doing all that great. I'm going to have to call this one even still. Just a maneuvering game. White does have the option for a minority attack. We've talked about that in several videos. Advance the pawn to b5. If white captures on c6, black has a backward pawn on the open file. If black takes on b5, black has an isolated pawn on d5. Without this pawn being on e3, black doesn't really have a corresponding minority attack. So, but my early concern is the time on the clock. Okay. Yeah. To the person sending me messages, I can't take a message when I'm broadcasting. I took the one because I figured it was important because you would know that. So but I can't take any more. Thanks. Okay. But because like if you message me when I'm broadcasting, it's telling me I'm not streaming, and but you sent me to know when I can't listen to it. Thanks. Okay. Protects the knight. Now that's interesting. Here. Well, maybe not. Let's see. Earlier I was talking about the knight hopping back to d3, and that square is occupied. So let's see. I mean, the natural move is to take with the knight, but we don't have d3 to go to. Now g5. Let's talk about that in some other positions. This is awful risky coming back here. There's no protection for that knight, although we could. No, we can't guard it with the bishop. It's just going to get blocked. So we'd have to come back here, and this knight didn't get in play. So by taking with the pawn, white's preserving maybe an option to bring it here at some time. He's also saying, I would like to attack you on the G file. Okay. Now maybe E3. just batten down the hatches on the center pawns. We still have b5 in the offering. Okay, he does play b5. And so much for white's attack. Black's going to start his. Okay, it does put a threat on this pawn. So let's talk about that formation already. Okay, so looks like white's minority attack is going to go through. White's option for attacking on the king side, or at least temporarily thwarted, because black is trying to attack there. But look at this poor bishop. It's going to take a while to get it in the game. Okay. Black's going full throttle with the attack. Might as well. I think white has the resources. He has too many pieces in the vicinity of his king. But we do have to watch h2. Let's see. So, like, for instance, if knight takes, I'm just playing a sample idea, takes, and takes. Now, he's trying to do this. White would, but white doesn't really have h3. Now, this could be promising for black here. See how white handles it. He does take. He does take that way. And he does take that way. And, yeah, just exactly like I thought. So, I'm starting, and then this pawn is getting ready to push, perhaps, to activate this bishop. So let's see. If white plays knight f4, and black plays rook h6, white does have h6, and he's got a couple of minors holding that down. Okay, so it also stops this from advancing. So it looks like white's building up a defense. How does black continue here? Black is the one with the king side attack. We're not worried about this so much now. White can maybe put a backward pawn on the c file. Okay, let's see. So he does that. Now he's going to play h3. Okay, so maybe the bishop needs to move so the king can move so we can get this rook over there. Okay, here he's trying to help the bishop move and get rid of this annoying knight. So takes, he'll take back, and then he's hoping to play f4. Okay, that might help black out. White can play this just to shut this guy in. That creates a weakness here. But if he doesn't, this is coming. And look at that. See, you guys are finding moves I would see. Okay, so the e3. So in a way, black has achieved the goal of the minority attack to give, without even doing it, to give white a backward pawn on the e file. Okay. So it comes back to these ideas I was having. Slide the king over and put the rook on the g file. And look at that. No, I did not look at this game ahead of time. White's using a lot of time on his clock. He needs some defense. I'm gonna go. Okay, we're gonna establish that as a backward pawn. Okay, but not too worried about that pawn right now. Let's worry about this king. Okay, lateral defense. Okay, threatening to take this. Okay, now this could get tricky here. Okay, rook takes, queen takes, check. The rook can come here, and fortunately for white, the queen protects the rook. So, how do we get this bishop in the game? This is touch and go here. Okay, now he's planning to play rook takes, bishop takes, queen takes, rook over, and the attack is over. See, this bishop has to come in. A little more defense.
Check.
I don't know. Let's see. He did this awful quick. White's in bad time pressure, but
check.
Look, 27 seconds added to his clock. He took 18 seconds on the move. And, I was analyzing it quickly. I don't think this is enough.
Check. Check.
Oh, it is enough. We no longer have a rook coming across. It is enough. Okay, so very nice ending by black. Out-tacticked me. Both sides were playing a lot of moves I predicted. So let's burn a move.
Check.
See, what I was looking at earlier
check.
Was the queen was protecting that rook. See here, what I was saying is the attack is over. Because we don't have a check here, and we don't have a check here. Okay, so when he played here, he interfered with this rook being able to come over and help out. So, you got to do this. Like I say, this doesn't work.
Check. Check.
And black or white has survived. So I'm just picking, he doesn't have to play a4. I'm just saying I have to do something else. I'm just picking a move. Now, black can't make progress. Like I was saying, he's going to have to get this bishop in the game. Okay, here it comes. Now, I'm looking for ways to come down and do some damage later. How does black make progress here? I guess you do this, huh? Okay, well, I'll go about my business and do this. Now I'm going to take. Now this is a double check. This is a mate. Oh, wait a minute. There's been a mate here already. That rook couldn't. No, it's only here now. Okay. So this move, this has too many threats. We're threatening mate. We're threatening discover checks. So we don't really have moves by white other than maybe let's come over here. But this is still coming.
Check.
And now it's all over.
Checkmate.
So it looked like it was still good attacking chances for black. It was interesting, when he made that G pawn. Oh, dang it! Let's see, forward. I'm gonna go forward 50. That's 25 full moves. Okay, so back a little bit yet. So apparently this is the move that needed to be played. Now, black doesn't want to go here, the knight will just come back. But, we get ready to do something like this and spring this bishop to life. Well, let's see, that's going to hang this. So that's why I say we get ready to do this. White's getting his minority attack, but black is getting a kingside attack. So something went wrong with white's setup. We have to say that this knight didn't belong on h3. If this pawn's not on c6, bringing the knight to f4 makes some sense because we might have some play here. But maybe what white should have done here is, let's see, I think I was talking about putting the knight on f4. here the idea is we're gonna plant it on D3 and just work on square control on E5. Now black can still do this, but it, and batten down the hatches on G5. This keeps white's bishop out of here. White can go about its business and drive the minority attack, but black does have some long-term kingside attacking chances, and that's one of the ideas in the Dutch. So let's see. Wait, let's go all the way back. Okay, so how do we handle this move earlier? Okay, this seems reasonable. This seems reasonable. I like this better. Or even for variety's sake, let's create a pin. Okay. Now, this is a useful attacking piece in the Dutch positions. The moment he goes here, we'll just take it. Okay. So here we have it. Now notice how white is putting pawns on dark squares. He's making up for the fact he doesn't have a dark squared bishop. So by placing the pawns on dark squares, he covers a lot of the the territory that his missing bishop can't. Now black has one piece developed. The game is still essentially even. White does have control over E5, although black can certainly contest it at some point. Maybe the answer for white here is we want to get a knight here and get this knight over here, or over to D3. Let's see, how do we do that? Let's just develop some pieces. Okay, black to play. Let's go here, and I'll play this. We'll castle both sides. None of this is forced. We're going to delay this minority attack for now. Okay, let's say black develops his bishop. Let's see now. What route do I want this knight to get to D3 on? It's got to go through. Let's go here. Okay, swing this rook over, and look at that. Just like that, magic. I got the two knights pointing at E5. Okay, now, is that enough? Well, black's got his pieces over to the king side. Let's start the attack. Okay, let's get the minority attack rolling. Now let's do this. Now black's getting his minority attack rolling. This gives us the isolated pawn, but we have to live with that. Now we're going to plan to stick a knight in here. Okay, let's tuck the king in the corner. I'm, just making moves, see what happens. Knight here, knight takes. Now we can do this. Oh, now we have to be careful down here. Let's see. So let's play this. Keep an eye on this square. None of this is forced, but it kind of gives an idea for some kind of strategy. And I'm thinking on both sides. I'm thinking white wants to occupy E5, and black wants to. I'm setting up black to prevent it. The game still appears to be even. Now maybe black could transfer his bishop and try to pressure D4. I mean, there's a lot of interesting ideas. But let's see. Let's go back and go forward. See,
Check.
It was good that white was taking his time. I'm just backing up and looking at white's clock. I didn't notice when it went way down. That's the same reason I don't always see a chat live when a chat comes up, because I'm looking at the board. Some Twitch streamers, they're very interactive with their audience, but I'm trying to be interactive with the chessboard, and then maybe there's some way to sound activate when I get a chat, but move 20. White's used about 10 extra minutes than he should, so he's definitely falling into time pressure. Oops, wrong direction. Yeah, back arrows. He's using a lot of time. He should have about this much time when he's at move 20. So there was 11 minutes taken on that move. Well, this should be an automatic move. You're playing the minority attack. You're playing this correctly. When he took here, I was thinking, well, maybe you want to attack on the king side. Maybe you should hold. Let's see. Maybe this plan isn't going away. It's always going to be there. Like I gave a position. I evaluated if Black finally got his minority attack. I one time had a minority attack that I didn't get in until a rook and pawn endgame, but I got it in. Okay. So maybe we just hold this back. It's not going away, and we stop and we play here. Okay, why are we doing this? So we can get on the G file. Now we have to watch F2. We don't want to somehow see this knight get deflected. How would that happen? You say, well, here, I'll show you how. Hello. Now you want to do this. You don't lose your queen. You lose your king. Okay. So, of course, White doesn't have to play this, but I want to show what could happen. So let's just play a little preventive maintenance here. Let's cover this square. And let's bring this out. Something like that happened. And then we go here again. Oh, wait, that's going to drop this. But for what it's worth, we did open up the G file. White's down a pawn. I mean, this can't be bad for Black. I mean, it's just some sample moves. Definitely worthy of a lot of analysis. So, I don't think he should have taken 11 minutes here. Should have just played it, or said, I'll recognize you're not in a hurry to do it, and delayed it. Okay, it's about what I can do here. Now, I'm only on tap till 4 p.m. That's about 4 minutes from now.